What's up, y'all? I hope you're enjoying the Youth on Record 2021 virtual block party. Thank you for tuning in. My name is JuiceBox of Paradise. My friends call me Juice Busy though. You call me Munching the Twizzler. Today, we gonna be learning how can you create professional looking, cause yeah, they're just looking professional. They're not actually professional. But how can you create professional looking? Oh, this is recording in stereo. I don't like that. We don't need a stereo. Not today. But anyway, as I was saying, you're gonna learn how to create professional looking videos, simple but professional looking, for Facebook and Instagram advertisements, so that you can create advertisements that are quality, they catch the eye, and they get people tuned into like what it is that you're trying to offer and that you have to offer, and then hopefully they're gonna click on that button and go where like you're trying to get to their website, but first you gotta catch their eye, you gotta catch their attention. So the best way to do that is do a good looking video. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. I'm gonna try to be myself and be funny and be cool. And it's 10 o'clock and I've been working and working out and being a parent all day, so my loopy goofiness is bound to show. But it's just for y'all. It's just for y'all. And for everybody else on this planet too. But just for y'all. Choking on the Twizzler. Alright, so as you can see here, I got this thing called Davinci Resolve. So what we were talking about before this hour went by of me trying to figure things out is now where are you going to edit it all together? So you have a few options, a few free options. You have like Windows Movie Maker if you're on Windows, and you have iMovie if you're on Mac. Those are free options. They come with the basics and it's good, and you can do what you need to do, and you can create something that looks nice straight from your phone, straight from your computer, without having to spend any money, right? Well, there's another way to do that. You see here, like you have this price right here coming up, $295, $290, $295 for Davinci Resolve. But here's an amazing thing about this product. Come to Dissolve, or we go to download now. And okay, so this one right here, the Studio 17, that's the one that's $295. That's the one you pay for. But this one right here, this is free, and it comes with everything that you can need plus more. And it's so nice. You just download it for whatever your system is, and you're good to go. Okay, so once you get Davinci Resolve all downloaded, you just click on create new session. I forgot to record all this part. Click create new session, and then you give it a name. As you see here, I got it titled Block Party Example Project. And then there's a couple of different options down here when it comes to editing. This right here is like is a very basic, like cut this, keep that, cut this, keep that. This piece right here is where we'll be living mostly. It's just a little bit more broken down. It gives us more options. So we'll be living in the edit. This is called cut right here, but we'll be living in edit for most of today. But yeah, so to add in your media, all you have to do is go to File, you go to Import Media, and from there your files should open up, and you just pick and choose the media that you want for your project, and that's it. Now, to show you what I need to do, to show you some basic principles really quickly, like of what you can do here in this software. This is the first piece that I selected, right? I already kind of had an idea of like what I wanted my advertisement to look like, but not a complete idea. But this was like one of the first ideas I had, and I was like, ooh, I like that. So you just drag and drop, and boom, you got it. And you can do the same thing as soon as you go to edit. So let's just go to edit. And now you see it changes up a little bit, a lot more We got a lot more options going on here, a lot more things that we can do. Looks great, but you're changed up a little bit. So you got, now your media is all over here. We don't need to worry about this right now. I can close this out just by popping that button right there, closing the inspector, right? All right, so the first idea that I had, that I knew that I really wanted to knock out, was an intro to the video, right? So I remembered as soon as I saw this video, this lady introduces us, me and my friend, as we're about to perform for this company PEBC. And I was like, there's got to be some way I can use that to kind of like introduce myself before like the ad starts, right? And so through some editing, some cutting and splicing, I actually was really able to make it work well. So I'm going to try to recreate that right now. Here you have a lot of options. You see this down here means this represents like a linked, like, so clips are linked. So right now this audio is linked together with this video. And usually if this is clicked, then it's just going to keep everything linked together. So that one's pretty important. This one I use a lot. This is the blade mode. This is like how you actually go in and select the piece that you want to pop, like where you want to cut it. This one is just to like select where you want to be. Those are the three that you really want to know about. This one, the selector, just so that you can, whenever you're trying to like move, that's the one you want to use, right? When you're ready to cut, pop, pop, and just use the blade. If you need to link stuff together, use that. This is to the snapping tool. Comes in, I think it comes in a lot of handy, but if you ever really need to make like fine edits, like down to like the millisecond, you're gonna want to turn that off, right? But for the most part, this comes in handy a lot. So yeah, I'd say there's like 4 to 5 really useful tools right here, that just for basic stuff. So this is what the original intro sounds like.
This year, Youth on Record brought us a powerful performance by July and JuiceBox of Paradise.
Okay, so that's it, right? Really simple. Okay, so my first thing is I just want to use that intro for right now. I don't want to use the rest of this video. So the first thing that I'm going to do is find where that intro stops, and this goes frame by frame. If I press the arrows on my keyboard, it just moves frame by frame. So she ends right there. And so then I click the blade tool. I was on select, I clicked the blade tool, and now if I just drag it to where this red line is, you see how the numbers underneath the blade tool say I'm on second 5, frame 26. So that's where the cut will be made, and I know that that's where I want the cut to be made, because these big numbers right here tell me that this red line is at second 5, frame 26, so they match up. So I just cut that just like that. So I made my cut on my video already, but she says my name, I noticed, going into looking at July. I don't want that audio to cut out too soon, even though I want the video to cut out right here. So all I have to do, same basic principle, just cut the audio where I hear the audio end, right? So that's where the S stops. So I'll just cut it right there on that one. So again, I'll come down to my blade, I'll put it right on the red line. The numbers underneath the blade and the numbers of the red line match up, so I'll cut it right there. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is, because I don't want this video and I don't want this audio, I'm just gonna make sure this video and this audio are linked together by right clicking, and then link the clips together, and then I'm gonna move them up. And what I'm gonna do, and you have to be careful here, because if you have something overlapping, the top video is what's gonna play, so you're not gonna see the bottom video. So you can see, like now all we see is July. That's because July's video is on top, right? So if I just click this disable video track, then I don't have to worry about that. And I don't want to hear this audio, so I just mute that, and that's all. And now all I will hear and all I will see, but I want to keep this because I may use it later. I don't know, I may use some of the footage from this later within the edit, so I don't want to get rid of it, but I'll just keep it up there.
This year, Youth on Record brought us a powerful performance by July and JuiceBox of Paradise.
See? Okay.
This year, Youth on Record brought us a powerful performance.
She says Youth on Record brought us a powerful performance. So my idea, what I came up with is, instead of her saying this year Youth on Record brought us a powerful performance by July and JuiceBox of Paradise, I want it to just say this year brought us a powerful performance by JuiceBox of Paradise. So we're just cutting out a couple things. So I'm going to go in and make those cuts where I feel that they're necessary.
Youth on Record.
So I know it starts somewhere around here with her saying Youth on Record.
This year, Youth.
Right, so I just want this year. I want Youth on Record taken out of there.
This year.
So, boom, paused it. I think she starts saying Youth on Record right about there. I got my blade tool out. Boom, I'm going to put it on the red line and I'm going to cut. I'll just cut the audio too as well, because that's what I'm trying to cut, right? The audio, but I got to get rid of the video too, otherwise it'll just look funny.
Youth on Record.
So that's where Youth on Record ends. Yeah, right there. So cut there, cut there. And I know I'm not going to be using this stuff and this stuff anymore. So I just delete that. And it's okay, because if I decide I want it back, all I got to do is slide the video. And look, it's still there. Right? Like, it's like if I just slide the video, what I just deleted will still be there. And same thing with the audio. So I just deleted all that, but I just slid it all back into place. But I'm going to Control Z. Control Z on Windows is how you undo. So I'm going to Control Z.
Brought us a powerful.
I'm gonna make sure these are linked together.
This year brought us a powerful performance.
See? And now it says this year brought us a powerful performance, not this year Youth on Record. And that's what I wanted. So I'm going to apply this to the other areas that I want taken out, and it's eventually going to come out looking something like this.
This year brought us a powerful performance by JuiceBox of Paradise.
So the Youth on Record and July being a part of the introduction got taken out, and now it's a completely new introduction. Something else that you may notice is this is a lot closer, right? There's a lot that we're not seeing, actually. Let me Control Z this and go back to what we're looking at now, or what we were looking at originally. And so if you ever need to crop something in here, you got this button right here, which is the transform. You just press that. You got to turn your inspector on. And then how I like to do, you have your transform. So how I like to do this is all I did just to focus on what I want to focus on. You just put your cursor right here. And you could zoom in, zoom out, right? And again, you see this little chain link. That means that the zoom X and the zoom Y, so the X and the Y axis are linked together. So they're both going to move at the same time. So all I did was just drag this to a spot where I thought it looked good. And boom, after doing that zoom in, making them edits, I think I added a little fade right here. And I think I did some stuff with the audio as well. This was to promote my album, right? So what I wanted to do was add in a song of mine. So the song that I chose is the intro to my album, actually. And you'll see that just on its own, if I just throw it in there, it doesn't really fit, right? So again, I'm just gonna apply the same principles of the cut, the move, getting everything lined up right. And that's all I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna do anything more special than just cutting and moving and just getting everything placed right. And so eventually, after I do that, it came out sounding like this.
This year brought us a powerful performance by JuiceBox of Paradise.
All right, so a lot of cuts, a lot of things happen, and then I applied the same basic cut and move principles to a bunch of these clips. So all these clips, all this media that that I have right here, I just inserted, took out, inserted, cut, removed, moved, you know, all that stuff until I got a little beginning piece.
This year brought us a powerful performance by JuiceBox of Paradise.
So you can see there's a little gap here, but that's why I faded to black on this one, and then I faded out of black on this one, and you can see that, like, see that fade. Then and when there's nothing there, it's just gonna be blank screen. It's just gonna be black screen, and then you can see I faded in from the black on this one. And again, that's just with this tool right here, right? That's all you need. And that'll fade you in at the beginning of the clip, fade you out at the end of the clip, right? But yeah, so what the beginning came out looking like is this.
This year brought us a powerful performance by JuiceBox of Paradise.
I came a long way, went the long way, but
and then and obviously, like, I fill more in, but I'm gonna skip all that, and I'm kind of just gonna go to the end and show you what I did there. Okay, all right, so I got that figured out. So that's the first piece of media.
I love watching all our dreams get made. They come together like,
And then the second piece of media is just the image. So we want these pieces of media touching, but we want them to transition into each other. Okay, now here's the thing though. I don't want this piece of black screen. Whenever I use a media or a picture, an image, it's usually not going to be big enough to fill the screen. So a quick trick that I have for fixing that, let me just get that zoomed in to where it should be, is I just double it. So I just come back up here, I drag in the media on top of it again, and then watch this, I'm gonna do it to the one on bottom. Now I can zoom in on that one, right? And so now it's just like a layer, but again, this still looks pretty nasty, pretty not attractive. So how am I gonna fix this? Well, this is why I recommend Davinci Resolve, because with Davinci Resolve, this is something cool that comes with it. You get effects right down here in the effects library, right? And so I just want a simple box blur, but I don't want it on this main image. I want it on the back image because I want you to see the main image. So I'm just gonna drag it and throw it on there, and now that just looks like, you know, it just looks great. It looks like a reflection. Now for the transition, again, it's gonna be in this toolbox down here, and you see it, video transitions. I may have used an additive dissolve, which kind of adds the image in. We're gonna go cross dissolve though. So as when you drag it like this, that determines the length of the effect of the transition, right? How long is it gonna be transitioning for? But now you see what the issue is with having a transition in between these two, but then having this second image on top, this main image. That image didn't transition, right? That image just popped up, so it doesn't look good. However, look, all we have to do to fix that is just duplicate the same way we duplicated the image and put it on top of each other. Now all we have to do is duplicate this piece of media, this video, and put it on top of itself. And you see how it's like dragging so nicely and like snapping into place. That's this little on it magnet. Remember I said it comes in handy? Yeah, it's called snapping. It drags into place according to like frames and like where everything else is lined up, what's lined up underneath it, but what's lined up before it or behind it, right? It just does it so nicely to where you don't have to worry about it. Now sometimes if you have to make really, really minor adjustments, you want to turn that off, do the adjustments you have to do, and then turn it back on. That's what I do. And now all I'm gonna do is just move it. If I just grab another one, now it's seamless, right? This this video transitions into this main image, and this video underneath transitioned into this background image at the same time, at the same rate, at the same pace. Oops. And you can't even tell, because these are just duplicates of each other. They're happening at the exact same time. Everything's lined up perfectly thanks to Davinci Resolve being on top of it for us, and we don't have to worry about like getting too concise with it, right? Like, we don't have to do much more than that. Going back to what the ending looked like, I'd say it looks pretty freaking good. So this is from the already made.
To your dude, I'm on my P's and my Q's while I'm catching these M's and bouncing back from these L's I take now and again. But I love watching all our dreams get made. They come together like lavender lemonade. I love watching all our dreams get made. They come together like, I love watching all our dreams get made.
See, they look relatively pretty much like identical. So that's how simple this stuff is, right? With all these simple tools. And I'll tell you right now, we used about 5 tools, and we'll run through them all again, right? When we created these 2 pieces.
This year brought us a powerful performance by JuiceBox of Paradise.
I came a long way, went the long way, but
created those 2 pieces with really two tools, including the audio, like where the song comes in, how it drops, when it drops, right? We use 2 tools. We use the blade effect to cut things up wherever we wanted to cut them up, and then just take stuff out, move stuff around, Control Z, all that. And we used the fade in for the video and the fade out for the video. Same thing for the audio. We just would cut up the audio wherever we want, take stuff in, take stuff out. And then the example we used over here is the transition, right? And this was a complex transition because of how I set up, or what I chose for my end screen, right? Like choosing this image. But when you do that, if you're gonna transition, then you just gotta be sure to layer whatever video you're transitioning into. But so those are our basic tools: cutting, fading in, fading out, whether that's audio or whether that's video, and then transitions, and then layering when you need to. And that's basically it. And it took me a lot longer to get that sorted and figured out. But I think with some really good editing, I can make this over an hour and a half long video into 15 minutes. Hopefully. We'll try. I believe in me. I think so. All right. I hope y'all have fun at the rest of the block party. This is recorded in the past, and it is 1:30 a.m. on a Wednesday morning, and I'm sleepy. But I love y'all, and I hope you, and I thank you for stopping by. It's been fun kicking it with you. It's been fun getting to teach you a little something. All right. Peace.